Hello everyone and welcome to Craftworks. Today I'm going to show you how to make this really cool card. I don't really know what it's called, to be honest with you. It's a kind of Z-fold card and it opens out like this. And I'm going to show you how to cut the DSP, because what I've done is I've cut it so that the pattern just keeps going, so that it all lines up nicely. So first things first, I am using the Thoughtful Journey Designer Series paper. So this is the one I'm using. You'll notice there's a bit missing. That's all I had of this one, but it will work. And that's the back. There's this one, really pretty. If I was making this for this card, I would start at the top. And that's the back. That's really lovely too. This one I quite like. Autumnal, I think. Again, an autumnal. Not sure about that one. This one screams winter. Nice scene. This one is gorgeous. That would work for this type of card. And so would this one. So that's the Designer Series paper. I am using the Unbounded Love. And for my sentiment, I used these two dies. So you get quite a few in here. So the larger one gives it a nice stitched edge, and the smaller one cuts like this, but also has this piece as well. So, but I'm not using the outer piece. So there's loads of really lovely dies in this pack. So this is how I'm going to do it. Okay, so just going to move that way. So for our card blank, the base of our card, it needs to measure 7 inches by 6 high, and we're going to score at 4 and 5.5, which gives us this Z fold. Okay, so you're going to fold this one in and this one back and burnish it. Our white layer for writing on is 5 3/4 by 3 3/4. Okay, but I'm not going to stick that in yet. Then we need 1 inch strips. Okay, so they are all 1 inch. Okay, so this one measures 4 inches by 1, 3 1/4. Is that 3 1/4? Yep, 3 1/4 by 1, 3 by 1, 2 1/2, 2, and then 1 1/2. Okay, I'm going to set that aside. Now I'm going to bring in my Designer Series paper. So for this piece here, okay, my first piece is going to be 3 3/4. So I am just going to cut this piece off, and I will use this piece down the strip of my card. Now if this was a whole piece, okay, you might put a piece in here, okay, but I don't have enough cardstock to do that. Not cardstock, pretty paper. So let me have a think. I am actually going to start at the bottom. Okay, so my 3 3, so this is 3 3/4. Okay, so this is going to be correct for the bottom layer, and this is going to cut at 3/4 of an inch. Okay, and that's going there. My next one is 3/4 again. They are all going to be 3/4 of an inch. Okay, but now I'm going to turn this, and this one's going to be 3 1/4. Now, yep, so that one there. 3/4. So this one's 2 3/4. Two and a quarter. One and 3/4. Our last one is 1 1/2. For those of you who come to classes, you may remember making this last year in class. So that there is all of our pieces. Okay, so now I'm just going to glue these down. So this sort of card would work for any occasion again, and it could be summer, winter, autumnal, anything you like. And you can use, if you've got big floral image, that would work really nice too. I'm thinking the papers that go with gallery blooms would really suit this. It's not straight, come on. There we go. And there's something not right with this one. Oh, it's 1 1/4, that's why. And I cut it at 1 1/2. Much better. So the trick now to gluing these pieces on, so all of these 1 inch strips, okay, measure 6 inches. So it will fit top to bottom on this card. So this is how I'm going to do it. I am going to put glue all the way down this section. And I'm lining this up with the bottom of the card and that edge, and I need to make sure it's nice and straight. So I'm going to flip it, check the back, that's good, and then I'm going to place the next one down. There is no gap. And then the next piece. And that's that. So now for this piece that I have left over, I'm going to glue down to this edge here. But I do need to trim this at 5 3/4. And I'm going to trim it off the bottom, I think. No, I'm not, off the top. 5 3/4. 5 3/4, and I'm going to take some of that there. And now I'm going to place it down this edge. Put that there. And that's your piece to write on here. And now I'm going to bring my sentiment in. I'm using Petunia Pop ink to match. Dimensionals. Pop that there, and then I've got basic rhinestones to place, and I'm putting one there, one there, and one there. And that there is our finished card. Really quick and easy. If I were you, if you were going to make these, I would batch make these. If you're doing craft fairs and things, I think these are quite a big hit. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.